Hello everyone, welcome to NintenDormant, the podcast where we discuss Nintendo games that have been left on the shelf. I'm your host George Banks, and I'm joined as ever by my resident guests John Cartwright and Josh Goley. Josh, hello.
Hello.
The surnames are back. It felt too informal last week. It didn't feel right. And John's still in prison. John,
I am. I've not left this box since the last episode. It's horrible in here.
Can you imagine if you were actually confined to it? How many days do you think until you actually went mad? 3?
Well, I've got a screen in here, so I think I could last a little while.
Yeah. Josh, do you reckon you could do more than 3 days in an isolated box, soundproofed box?
Well, do we get access to food, a bathroom? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, how far are we pushing this?
Well, are those foam blocks edible, John? Do you want to see if you can?
You could munch down.
You could.
You could munch down.
There's definitely goodness in there. There's I imagine there's sort of like chewy Weetabix. So I think you could last. Sure.
I mean, they're not one of your 5 a day, and I do not think you can drink. I do not think you can drink them.
I think we all know.
There's also staples and nails in them, so you got to try and avoid those.
An extra crunch.
No, I was going to say a bit of roughage. That's good. Yeah. You want something to sort of break up the monotony.
If you put a hole in the ceiling, so that rain can pour through, so you can get a little drink every now and again,
and then make a fire, boil your own urine. You're laughing, mate. You're laughing.
Wonderful.
Breath of the Wild.
Make a fire with what? Just shaking my fingers together.
Yes.
Like this furiously.
Yes. We all know that's how fires work. I can't remember what we were going to talk about. We were just talking before we started recording about the plethora of Nintendo games. So we are recording this on the eve of Kirby Air Riders. Our Kirby Epic Yarn episode just went out. We have Metroid to look forward to a week after this episode airs, and we've just had Hyrule Warriors. How are you guys coping with the absolute avalanche of games? Are you playing any of these games at the moment?
Well, I'm playing them. I'm not coping very well, because I've also got other games on top of this, like Katamari, which I was playing just before this. And by the time this comes out, it'll already be out, so I'm playing Constance as well. Ooh. So that's also...
so many games!
Something I've got to be playing. I'm trying to put an hour of that into each day.
Yeah, John, how about you?
Internally screaming over here. Like, Hyrule Warriors, I had a great time playing that. That was nice and breezy. Kirby Air Riders, that's the kind of game, like, if it clicks with you, that's going to last you a long time. Yeah. Metroid Prime 4 is probably quite beefy.
Yeah.
But I also got to play Dragon Quest 1+2 as well. I haven't played that yet. Final Fantasy Tactics I've got to catch up on. There's too many games. We got to stop making them.
Stop making games.
Yeah.
We should just shut the podcast down.
The physical for Hades 2 comes out tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
And
that's a Christmas present for me.
Haven't even played Hades 1 yet. I bought it, but I've not played that yet.
I am genuinely trying to shift my strategy of just playing one thing at a time, and I'm not getting games when they come out straight away. I would always hoard games and kind of always half complete them and then go back to them. So I'm not doing that now. I've got Silksong, which is a just gigantic game that never ends. And then I know that I'm going to want to play Metroid Prime next, because that's, I'm a huge Metroid Prime fan. I've been waiting for that for nearly a decade. So that'll be my next one. And then Hyrule Warriors, I'm going to pick up in 6 months. I don't need to play it urgently. I don't have a sort of pressing need to get through it.
See, my problem though is that I have to review games.
Yeah.
So, so like I'm expecting another game called The Good Old Days, which I'm meant to be receiving at some point this week.
Ironically, when you had more time to play and review games as well.
Yeah. So like that's another one to add on to the pile. I'm just sort of hoping it keeps getting delayed. Like the game's already out. But they offered us a Steam key to review, and we usually prefer doing stuff on Switch, so I asked him, do you have a Switch version instead? And he was like, oh yeah, I can get that for you. And then I haven't heard anything since. So, we'll see.
Can you imagine during the Wii U days, like, hoping for delays to games? Just, if you told yourself that 10 years ago, you'd be thinking, that's crazy, I could never have enough Nintendo stuff. There's too much Nintendo stuff. There's too much.
Yeah. They've got to stop.
They've got to stop.
They should just put, like, I think I said this earlier this year. Next year, we should all just agree, not buy any games, not make any games. Entire 2026, 0 games.
It's the backlog year.
The backlog year.
The year of backlog.
Yeah. Like,
I'm
sure
Nintendo
and PlayStation and Xbox can all afford to not release anything for a whole year.
If they all just agree, just 1 year off, play what we've got, capitalism be damned, I'd be happy.
Well, realistically, all of us could never buy a game again and would still have stuff to play until we die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weirdly morbid, but yes, but accurate too.
True. Bury me with my pile of games.
Yes. I know.
Keep me going forever.
My poor children having to rummage through all of this nonsense when I go. Bless them. Maybe they'll enjoy it, or they'll just curse me to the depths. On that cheery note, as we discuss many games that we have looked forward to. No, let's cheer things up. Let's play another little game right now. Yes, it's time for the much cheerier NintenDormant Quickfire quiz. 2 rounds, fastest finger first, followed by player pass and double points. And as always, John and Josh, or as they're known this week, Boosh and June, get to pick that. Why just a capital O, John?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we've had a lot of variety with our names on the quiz. And
Yeah.
I thought this time I'll just put my own name in there, but with like a different accent. It's like, John!
Oh God! Okay.
We're meant to yell the O. That's the
But it's hard to yell.
part.
Yell one letter, but keep the rest of them level. It's quite difficult.
Yeah,
John!
yeah, fair. Yeah. I'm not going to do that anymore because my family are asleep and my wife will kill me. So Boosh and John, John, I'll let you go first and pick your buzzer this week. We've just been saying in the little break here how good the sound effects are for this game. Are you going to stay on theme this week?
Oh, absolutely not. No. Can I have when you get a kill in Uncharted 2 multiplayer?
Oh.
What did that sound like? Was it like ding? I don't know. What was the sound
I
effect?
didn't play it. I don't know.
No, me neither.
I'm
pretty
surely
sure
you
there was
know.
I think that was a sound effect.
Please, these sound effects have gotten quite ridiculous. Please don't make up one that doesn't exist because I will drive myself mad.
I'm pretty sure there's a ding. I'm pretty sure there's a ding.
I'm going to search for it for 1 hour maximum, and if not, it falls on you to provide it.
Don't spend an hour on
Okay.
that. No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a complete lie. I'll
If
spend
you can't
5
find
minutes.
it immediately, make up a sound effect for sure.
Okay. So the Uncharted
make
ding,
up one.
if it exists, for your buzzer. Josh,
Specifically Uncharted 2, not 3. Not 3.
Specifically Uncharted 2. Josh, what are we picking for your buzzer this week?
Have I asked for a Chuckster voice?
The Chuckster?
Oh, from
Yeah,
Sunshine.
the one that goes. Oh, do 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 do.
No, you
just
definitely
chucked
hasn't. Oh, the guy, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I want him.
yeah.
I want him saying before he throws you, seconds before disaster. That's
Okay.
What I want. Yeah.
Do you know what? And that's the Mario's Gamecube game. This was Luigi's Gamecube game.
Yeah,
that works for me.
exactly.
Absolutely fitting.
Also, every time I press the buzzer, I want everyone in the audience to feel like they're about to be chucked.
Yeah. And much, I hope, much easier to find than a mythical sound effect. So, fingers and buzzers, please, Boosh and John. We are going to start the quiz right now. Here we go. Question 1. Luigi's Mansion introduces us to a new character in the Mario universe in the shape of EGAD. But what does the E stand for?
Oh.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I know that. It must be in the
I
bank
have got
somewhere.
multiple choice ready because I thought this might be a
Okay.
tricky one to start off with. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Is it A, Ellis, B, Elvis, or C, John? There's Buzz.
I think it's Elvis. It's not Elvis.
Oh, it's
okay.
not Elvis.
All right.
Josh, is it
Elvis.
A, Ellis, or C, Elvin?
It's,
Elvin.
It's Elvin, yeah.
John,
Elvin,
John
yeah.
playing it super cool when the answer came up. Yes, yes, it's Elvin. You knew it, John. You knew it. It was
I
in
did
there.
know,
It
I
was
did
in
know.
there. I don't know when we get told it though, but he's Elvin Gad. When do we get? I can't remember.
It's
Something
probably
I
in the
just-
manual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
manual is where I'm assuming.
Or
it is.
Smash
Yeah.
Brothers trophy, something like something like that,
Yeah.
won't it? Yes, Dr. Elvin Gad, absolute peak Mario character and criminally underused in the Mario universe. Where is he?
True.
Where is he in Mario Kart?
Or replaced with a
he's-
skeleton. Planned for DS, and then he was cut and replaced with dry bones.
That is hideous. that is awful. And like, what's he always says? Yabbo yabbo. Oh, he's just so good.
yabbo, yabbo.
He's- Yabbo yabbo. He's such a good character. He's great. He's great. He needs to be in more things. Elvin Gad. 1 point to you, Josh. Fingers on buzzers. Oh, so sorry, Boosh. Fingers on buzzers, please. Question 2. Here we go. So, EGAD has invented many cracking contraptions in this world. More on that later. But what is the name and model number of the original vacuum he gifts Luigi? Josh is by there. Go on.
3000. Poltergust 3000.
It is the Poltergust 3000, Josh. Well done. John, did you know that one?
I did.
I would have guessed 2000. I would have guessed Poltergust 2000, and then 3DS I would have guessed 3000. And then I think the latest ones are 5,000.
Because 3,000 is the one that's always in my mind. I always just assume that's the first one. And then they go up by thousands.
Yeah.
And then there's the one on Mario Kart DS, which I just don't remember what that one is. The car.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well, here's the next question. What's the...
Get that finger ready. No, it's. I always have 2,000 in my head, so that's very odd. But yes, the Poltergust. I always wanted to buy one, but I was just sort of too old.
I'll let you in on a secret.
I think I was too old to have a little.
Basically, a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I know, but like I tried to look for like the right little vacuum for a really long time. At like university, I really wanted to, dress up as Halloween or something, but could never find the right one. And then I think the toy did exist for a while. I think, but it was child size, and I would be a very large child, so that's it never happened for me. Feel bad for you guys.
I do feel bad for you.
Aren't we all just large children now?
We're all just big.
We're here talking about vacuum.
I can't add
cleaners
anything to that. We're all just big children. Yes, we're big. We're big boys. Question 3. Though the portrait ghosts make up the boss battles of the first game, but in what setting does the first major boss fight take place? Josh is quick off the mark. Go on, Josh.
It is the baby.
It's the crib. How do we feel about the crib fight? Sort of haunting, terrifying?
It's very bizarre first boss.
It is. I remember so clearly playing the game and just not expecting it. You sort of... Because you fight the twins, right? There's the twin girl and the twin boy with like the plane flying around the room and stuff. And then you fight the baby and you just get sucked down. And it was just really weird. And like the weird wavy background.
Yeah, and the cry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Haunting.
It's a weird game. I quite like, though, that Luigi's Mansion doesn't shy away from being a horror game. Like, I'll touch on it a bit more later, but as I was sort of reading through about some of the games, there's loads of references to classic horror films and things later on, which didn't necessarily catch first time, but yes, fight the baby in his crib, and the giant baby is trying to squash you. It's pretty nightmarish. Question 4. 3 points to none, John.
It's not looking good.
Get that finger ready. Come on, let's go. All right, question 4. Luigi's Mansion 2 equips our protagonist with an item that allows him to reveal invisible objects. What is this item called?
I know the function. I can't recall the name.
Okay. All right, we ready for multiple choice?
Yeah.
Is it A, the strobe bulb? John's buzz.
Oh, hang on, no.
Go on.
So if you don't think it's the strobe bulb, there's going to be a B or C. So you can't just take a punt if you don't think it's the strobe bulb.
The strobe bulb is the default attack.
Is it A, B, or C, John? What is it for multiple choice?
Oh, sweet Jesus, no. Let's go. Have you decided the order of what they are?
Yes, it's written down. Yeah.
You have. It's B.
There you go. Yes. Congratulations.
All right. What is it? What's it called? What's that little purple light thing called?
No.
Do you remember, Josh? Do you remember what it's called?
But I think I would have got it if you said it.
It's the dark light device.
Yeah.
So you got the strobe,
which doesn't sound real. Like, I think if you were to have given me all the options, I might not have gone for that.
Well, I also then had gloom torch as option C.
I probably would have gone for that then.
No, dark lights are real, aren't they? Like a dark light device. I swear that's a real thing.
Yeah, like a black bulb, I think they're called as well. But, it's a thing that makes your teeth. And
like I was thinking in my head like UV something, but then I thought that's not a very Luigi's Mansion sounding name.
All right, that's a point for John. The jammiest point we've ever had. Yeah. But you can pull it back to 3-2 with this one. So fingers on buzzers. Question 5. Here we go. Luigi's Mansion 3 offers up a new villain alongside King Boo. She's the deceased owner of the Last Resort Hotel, but what is her name? Yeah, I didn't think you'd remember. So I've got.
I don't like being asked names.
I know. I thought I'd done less names, but there's even more names coming up. I thought I hadn't. But it's fine.
It's like Madam something, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fingers on buzzers. Is it A, Emma Tombstone, B, Kelly Casket, or C? Oh, Josh has buzzed in.
C. Because I know it's not A and B.
You guys just got to stop anticipating the question. Yes, it's C. Do you remember anything, Josh? Anything about the name, or you just know that it's C? Basically, I've picked such terrible alternate names that you know it's not them. It's Helen Gravely.
Helen, that's it. Gravely, yes.
Helen Gravely, yes. I thought Tombstone and... Yeah, no, they're terrible. I couldn't think of anything compelling. I
had like Ellen in my head, and I just was like, I don't think that's right.
Oh,
so when your first one was like E, I was like, oh, okay, I think Ellen is right there.
Man, I should have just gone with Ellen. I was trying to think of girls' names for about half an hour. Should have just picked Ellen. Yes, so Helen Gravely, she's sort of purple with a very like tidy hair, and then she goes all monstrous like Ghostbusters librarian ghost style at the end. And I mean King Boo's love interest.
King Boo. She likes him.
Right.
Do they smash booties?
That's just how it goes.
Do we see? I don't think they'd put that in a Luigi's Mansion game, but possibly. Where do we think all the boos come from? They've got to have a mum, right?
It's a good question. Yeah,
it's a good question.
True.
Good question. That's 4 points to 1 at the end of Fast Finger Festival. Commanding lead for Josh moving into play or pass. Josh, are you ready for your first question? It's a naming one.
Oh boy.
Here we go. All right. Each game in the series features named boos that Luigi can capture, but who is the first boo he faces in his first adventure? Yeah. Is it A, Peekaboo, B, Bamboo, or C, Kung Boo?
Do you say hung? Do you say hung boo?
No, I did not, John. I said Kung Boo. Because you're here, I specifically hit the K as hard as I could. Kung Boo. Can you imagine a boo pops up? Wibble wobble. I'm Hung Boo. No, not allowed in Luigi's Mansion. Kung Boo, and he probably says chop chop or something.
It's Peekaboo.
It is Peekaboo.
It's not.
No, is it not?
Oh wait, it's not.
No,
I could have sworn it was.
Yeah, I thought that'd throw you because it sounds like the first one. I'm like Peekaboo, we're here. It's Bamboo. Bamboo's the first one you face.
I thought it was Peekaboo too.
Feel free to verify, but I did look at 3 websites to make sure. So I'm
probably right.
Sure it's Bamboo.
Right.
You probably are right, but that's
probably
really
are right, but I don't believe you, and I'm going to check.
I want to check. My brain is like.
Was Luigi 2 Peekaboo then? I feel like one of the games had like a
maybe. Are you googling it, Josh?
Yes, I'm looking.
Josh is checking my work. Sensational.
I mean, I'll take the loss, but
no. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I do have a backup. I have some backup questions anyway.
I don't think it's Peekaboo.
No, it's definitely not Peekaboo. No,
it's not. Peekaboo,
it felt so right, but it was so wrong.
Yeah, I know. He laid the trap like a devious genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bamboo is such a weird first.
What a weird.
Peekaboo. I think I got it confused because on the Mario wiki, Peekaboo is their example boo. On the list of boos.
Do you often visit the boo page on the Mario wiki? Is that bookmark reading for bedtime?
Save bookmarks.
Do you like to read Hung Boo stories at bedtime? No.
Counting sheeps? No.
With the super crown on King Boo. Not the super crown. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes, it's the super crown. Yes,
Boo Peach. We're not getting into Boo Peach. Oh, stop. Right, John. It's 4 points to 3, so we've already pulled it back a little bit here. Question 2, play or pass. Here we go. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon sees Luigi exploring a plethora of locations in what valley? Is it A, Evershade Valley, B, Nightshade Valley, or C, Moonshade Valley?
Evershade sounds really familiar. However, it's got to be Moonshade.
Are you playing, passing? Are you going for it? What are you doing?
I'm going to say Evershade. It just feels familiar.
Final answer?
Yeah.
He's locked it in. It's Evershade.
Oh, okay.
He takes the lead. Look at that. You flip-flopped, but you came out on top. Yes. Evershade Valley. How do we feel about Evershade Valley and its many mansions?
I mean, I don't really care much, to be honest. Luigi's Mansion 2 is definitely the weakest of the three.
It is. We'll talk more about it, but I went back to it a couple of months ago, actually, just before this huge kind of mass release of games, and I was kind of looking for something to play. Yeah. I found it hard to get through. Loved getting through 3.
Did you play the HD version of it?
Yes. No, wait, did I? Yes, the Switch port. Right? Yes, I did. Yeah. And yeah, found it a bit tricky. John, do you sort of memorable?
It's okay. I mean, as a portable game, I think the Mansion Breakup was okay. It just it didn't have that much memorable connective tissue, though.
No. We'll talk more about it when we get into it. But yes, it's Evershade Valley, not the most memorable location for me either. Josh, you are now behind. It's 5 points to 4. So we're going to make this up. Play or pass. Are you ready for this one? I have a feeling you're going to know this one.
Oh, okay, good.
All right.
That's what I like to hear.
Did you... Okay. On the way to the cinema in Luigi's Mansion 3, some posters adorn the walls that reference a few previous next-level games.
He knows this.
Including Luigi's Mansion itself, but what are the other 3 games or game series that are referenced here? So the 3 other games that aren't Luigi's Mansion that are referenced on the posters.
It's Punch-Out. It's Federation Force, and it's Mario Strikers.
Oh, he's nailed it.
Yeah,
yes.
He knows it.
You did... I have a feeling when we did the Metroid... Federation Force episode that I asked this question in reverse, right? I basically said, in what game does a poster of Federation Force appear? Yes, 2 points for you. Yeah, such a tiny little moment in that game. I mean, it's a game packed full of great little moments, but when you walk past it, you just go like, It's very, very good.
It's cute. I like it when they do stuff like Mario and Luigi, the first one, at least on the Game Boy, it has like Wario the movie, Kirby the movie,
good.
Yoshi the movie, and I feel like the remake on 3DS got rid of them all except for the Yoshi one.
Oh, boo!
So there's only the because it's Yoshi Theater, I'm pretty sure. So I think they just kept the Yoshi one but got rid of all the other game references.
What's the Zelda game or the remake that's got like there's pictures of not like the box art, but maybe it's got like Hyrule. Is it Skyward Sword or something where they've got little pictures of other Zelda games somewhere?
The other way around. It's Ocarina of Time at 3D.
That's it.
Has Skyward Sword
has pictures of Skyward Sword.
Yeah. Very cool.
Explain that, theorist.
Yes. Hello, internet. Right, John, the pressure's on. You've got to get this one to take the quiz. Are you ready?
Okay. No.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just going to dive right in.
Not as confident in you as he was.
Name the credits.
Who's the 17th person in the credits in the Japanese version? No, this is one that you definitely know, but I don't know if you'll know off the top of your head.
Okay.
All right. During his adventures, Luigi has been equipped with various devices to contact EGAD. These were modelled after the Game Boy series, the DS series, and the Virtual Boy. But what were their in-game names?
There's the Game Boy Horror. There's the Dual Scream. And Virtual Boo. Is that it?
He's nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Well done. Yes. Favourite of the 3?
Oh, I've got to rep my boy, the Virtual Boy.
Virtual Boo.
Always got to rep the Virtual Boy.
There he is. Josh, do you have a particular favourite?
Yeah, no, the Virtual Boy is pretty good. Probably Virtual Boy, Game Boy Horror, and then the
Dual Scream. Do they all do the... I love the phone call jingle. I used to just get a phone call on the 3DS and just put my 3DS down and let it play for ages because it's so good. Like the sped up version of the... Oh, so good. Yes, but Virtual Boo is my favourite too. That is 7 points to 6. John, I mean, it was 4-1 after Fast Finger First, but you pulled it back. Well done. You take the quiz this week, which means...
Damn you, Bamboo.
Damn you, Bamboo. But Peekaboo, you'll be going first as we move into the main event. So yes, the games we were talking about this week is the Luigi's Mansion series of games. A quick history lesson for those who don't know. Luigi's Mansion made its debut in 2001 as the front and centre launch title for the Nintendo Gamecube. A highly unusual decision not to leap in with Mario at the time. This saw Nintendo drop the platforming we had become accustomed to with the Mario Brothers in favour of a slower paced survival horror style game. Luigi sets off exploring a deserted mansion with a poltergust, a ghost-busting vacuum designed by EGAD in hand, in an attempt to free his brother from being imprisoned in a painting. Along the way, he battles ghosts that have been freed from their portraits, unknowingly unleashes boos across the mansion, and ultimately confronts their ruler, King Boo, in an epic showdown on the mansion roof, cementing the villain's place as Luigi's eternal rival. More than 10 years later, we saw a sequel in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the 3DS, which saw Luigi exploring a range of themed mansion in Evershade Valley, in an attempt to reassemble the titular moon, whose destruction has caused the previously peaceful ghosts who reside there to go wild. More episodic in nature, this game was criticised for interrupting the exploratory nature players were fond of from the first title, but was visually very impressive and made great use of the system's 3D capabilities, as well as providing online play in the form of the Scarescraper, a series of floors for players to battle through to try and reach the top. An arcade-exclusive on-rail shooter followed a few years later, before the latest entry, Luigi's Mansion 3, burst onto Switch on Halloween of 2019. A return to form, this took Luigi to the Last Resort Hotel, which took the thematic areas of Dark Moon but tied them into one solid location in the form of an expansive, multi-floored hotel. The game also gave us great multiplayer modes and the gift of Luigi, a green ectoplasma copy of the main man himself, which resulted in great puzzles and co-op play and possibly helped Luigi's Mansion 3 land Best Family Game at the Game Awards that year. With a Switch remake of Dark Moon and the release of the original on NSO, the whole trilogy is currently available to play for Switch 2 owners. So yes, 3 games. It feels like a very sort of well-known and beloved series of games, but there's only 3 entries. I think it's really made an impact on a lot of players. What was the impact on you, John, the sort of first time you came across Luigi's Mansion?
Well, it's interesting because its reputation has changed over the years. I feel like when it came out, it didn't really have that impact. It was actually quite negative.
People hated it. Yeah, everyone wanted Mario and wanted platforming, and they didn't want this sort of smaller... it was strange. It's hard to say sort of how strange it was at the time to have this from Nintendo.
Yeah. So I wasn't there at launch. My friend had it, and I experienced it through them, and I thought it was cool. But he had like big buyer's remorse because he got a GameCube pretty early on and finished the game in like 4 hours.
A day.
Like, this was the big game.
It's not a long game.
Yeah. I think nowadays, you can just play it and enjoy it for what it is. But back then, it was the GameCube defining game, and for it to not be a Mario game really, and to be so short, it was like this is the new generation. But technically, it was really advanced though. Like fantastic lighting, a massive visual jump from N64. And I've gone on to I think I played it myself maybe a few years after, and I really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed all games in the series. Though I agree with Josh, though. 2 is easily the weakest of the bunch. But I've always enjoyed Luigi's Mansion.
How about you, Josh? Did you play it at launch, or was it something you came to later as well?
I maybe played it at launch. So I had a GameCube. I don't know if I got a GameCube at launch, but obviously the problem we have being British is that we got our one of the many problems.
But yes, let's hone in on one specific one. Self-loathing.
The GameCube obviously came out later for us than it did for everyone else. So now when I think of like, the GameCube launched in 2001, but I don't think it did for us.
I think it's 2002.
Yeah, 2 for us. Yeah. And so when it launched for us, I think stuff like Sunshine and Melee and all that were probably out or just about to come out or really close. I really want to say that Melee was only like a month after.
It was 2002. I think it was early 2002. But I remember, I'm slightly older than the two of you. I remember buying myself a GameCube and having Luigi's Mansion at launch and buying Mario Sunshine later. And I feel like if both had been there, I would have gone with Mario. I think.
All right, let me tell you the GameCube's launch titles in Europe. All right, we had
Blue. Well,
Blue
Wave Race, Blue Storm, and Luigi's Mansion. Oh, go on, give me some clues. I never get to do a quiz. Give me some clues.
You're gonna guess them, okay?
We've got rid of the buzzer, but give me some clues. Give me some clues.
Okay. So
I've got one clue. I think. Oh no, I'll let John do. He's got the list.
There's 2 Sega games. You probably know one of them as a launch title, but there's another. Actually, no, there's 3 actually. There's 3 Sega games.
Yeah.
Monkey Ball's one of them. Monkey Ball was the global one. Yeah. We had 2 other Sega games in Europe.
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Can I answer as well? Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yep.
Oh yes.
And also Crazy Taxi. But Sonic Adventure 2 Battle would have been a pretty huge launch title.
Yeah. So I got Sonic Adventure 2. I had it on the Dreamcast, but I got Sonic Adventure 2. I didn't get Wave Race. I did get Luigi's Mansion, and I got Monkey Ball. Yeah, love Monkey Ball.
Yeah, there was also Pac-Man World 2. What else do we have? Those are the big ones. But there's a pretty good loadout there. Sonic Adventure and Pac-Man wouldn't have been in the American launch, and they're pretty huge games.
I feel like Beautiful Joe.
I don't think it was that long for Melee. So
yeah, Melee was pretty soon. I feel like Melee was maybe like November-ish of that year.
Yeah, it was November. Yeah. Like I think it was only like a month or so afterwards. God, it was so good. And Star Fox and Pikmin was Pikmin a launch title? Sorry,
Pikmin doesn't seem to be, but it probably wasn't far off.
Okay, yeah,
because they probably wore that because I don't remember exactly when I got the GameCube. I know I got it quite early, but it's all sort of foggy because I definitely had Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, Star Fox Adventure, Melee, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Super Monkey Ball, and Sunshine.
Yeah,
but I just don't remember exactly what order I got them in.
But I know my games.
Yeah, but I know on the side of the box that the GameCube came in, it definitely had screenshots of stuff like Pikmin and Star Fox Adventure and all stuff like that.
Would have done, yeah.
So they couldn't have been that far off if Nintendo was already showing them off on the GameCube itself.
We had the GameCube in May of 2002.
Right.
And let me find when was the first Pikmin out? I went on the Pikmin wiki and it's taken me to the franchise. So the first Pikmin came to us. It released in America in 2001, but in Europe June 2002, so a month after launch. Despite it being ready way earlier than that.
Yeah. And localized and just ready to go. I mean, an absolute a cavalcade of great games there. But back to the topic at hand. Luigi's Mansion was the one that they really pushed front and center, and it did, as John said, it did look beautiful, all the fire and the lighting and the shadows, and even I think the fact that the ghosts were translucent was a really big deal back then. The fact you could sort of see through the ghosts, and I really love it. Like it quite early on, it leaned into the survival horror thing. You've got the kind of Resident Evil style. Putting the keys in the door and then turning them and the door opening, and all these nods to horror things that you just think singled it out as a much more sort of patient, thoughtful experience as opposed to kind of just like busting through something. And I really love it. And you've got elements of Metroidvania, the fact that you're sort of unlocking things and doors and keys and going back through. It's kind of like a big Zelda dungeon. It's like one big puzzle that you're kind of just unlocking and powering up. I loved the game. It is short. There's something I hate about the PAL version, which is I think you can't get the highest rank on your first playthrough. I think the highest you can get is B, and you can only get the best mansion if you play the whole game again, which I didn't know until much later. So I used to just play it over and over again and think, why am I not getting the best mansion at the end?
There's exclusive stuff in the PAL version too.
Yeah. I think it's just harder, but I can't remember if it's flipped. Is it flipped?
I know. It could be flipped. Something in my brain is telling me that there was a flipped mansion. Like it sounds familiar. I know. Is there a thing where like if you beat the boss ghost without taking any damage, you get like a gold portrait?
That's awesome.
That sounds true.
If I didn't know that, I'm going to do that as soon as we hang up this phone call.
Because I think I saw somebody joking about the fact now that it's on NSO, I can just save state my way to get to the gold.
So good. That can't be true. Maybe that's true.
I was going to say, because the other thing is there's the 3DS version of the first Luigi's Mansion, and I can't remember exactly what they added in there other than Luigi. So I could be maybe the flipped mansion is in the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion instead, and I'm just getting mixed up.
It's so funny they
too many remakes.
They made Luigi canon through a 3DS port. It was really, really funny.
Yeah.
So good. I mean, and I love the first game so much. I actually ended up making, in Mario Maker 2, I think, I remade the whole of Luigi's Mansion as a 2D Mario platforming game with like the portrait ghosts and everything. And boos. There was like a boo count of how many killed. Ridiculous. Great game. It, really... I don't know if the first kind of cemented Luigi's personality as a big scaredy cat. I think it sort of set it on that path, right? He's got everybody mentions
it locked it in.
Yes, and you get like him humming or whistling to himself and Mario, all that stuff as he's going through the mansion. But I think they sort of started to ramp it up a bit more with Luigi's Mansion 2. You know, you've got so this is where it transferred from Nintendo to Next Level Games. It's the first one they get their hands on. And yes, we touched on it. It's probably because it's a handheld system on the go game. It became much more episodic. So it was, you pop into this mansion, you do this, and then you just get pulled out of that mansion via a little video camera which pixelates you, which I still love, by the way.
That is cool.
When you're being pixelated, so good. But I found that so frustrating because the first game, you have the kind of, you feel, you're being guided, but you feel like you have the freedom of the place, right? To sort of poke around and find secrets. This, I think it's about 10, 12 or 15 gems you can collect in each level. And sometimes you have to go to like a particular stage of that level to get them. And you would miss one as you're going around. So, me being the sort of 100%er would go, okay, well, I'll sort of do this objective and then I'll go back and I'll go where I've been and I'll find that gem and then I'll come back and I'll finish it off. And then, I've been ripped out of the level and I can't go and get it. And I don't know if I can get it in the next one. And now I have to do the whole thing again if I want to find it. Really irritating. That probably was the most annoying thing about it.
I don't remember a whole lot about Luigi's Mansion 2 other than it being level based.
Yeah.
Obviously because it was a handheld game, so that's why they did it. But it just not feeling as interesting. Because I did wonder when going into Luigi's Mansion 2 and the build up towards it, being like, well, the original's so short. Yeah. I don't think they can justify doing one big mansion that's only 3 hours long to get through again. And then they had announced multiple mansions. It's like, okay, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
How are they going to do it? Are you just going to explore all of one mansion and then move on to the next one? It feels kind of weirdly structured in that way. But then, of course, it ended up being level-based, and that was how they worked around it. And it made everything feel more like a individual set pieces, a bunch of set pieces that you deal with. And it doesn't help either in that game that the actual enemies you fight are
boring.
A massive downgrade. The general ghosts aren't nearly as cool looking as the ones from the original game. And the bosses, I mean, they weren't even ghosts half the time.
I remember a big spider.
Yeah.
I do think, I think one of you just said about set pieces. Like, I do think the way they set up a lot of those bosses are good. The bosses are great. Set pieces, the one which is a giant spider. There's the ice one, which is like going down a well, which you have to kind of suck up some ammo and shoot back at it to sort of catch it up. Which with the the 3D effect looks absolutely brilliant. There's like actually sort of physically moving away from you. But the portrait ghosts were a big miss. They just didn't have as much personality, and it was basically all of these things were being possessed by the same type of ghost who was then. So you felt like, well, I sort of knock the ghost out of them, and then I peel back a layer of this ghost and sort of rinse and repeat. It didn't feel like. It just didn't have the personality of that game. I mean, what do you think, John? Was that the thing that you found most frustrating as well, or is it sort of other gripes that you had with it?
There's a few other things, but it's mostly personality and vibe. There's a few bits in there, though, that they rinse and repeat, like Toad escort missions a few times that you got to go through and guide these toads around. I don't think it's
useless.
I don't think it's a bad game. Like I enjoy Luigi's Mansion 2, but I don't think about it much. It's one of those games you finish, you're like, that was all right, and then you go on with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I played the remake of the 3DS remake of Luigi's Mansion 1. I did not get the Switch.
I didn't get it either.
Luigi's Mansion 2. Like, I think Luigi's Mansion 2 and Donkey Kong Country Returns HD are pretty much the only two Nintendo published games on the Switch I don't have.
Yeah, I didn't get... no, did I get Donkey Kong? I don't think I did, because I thought, I've bought this twice. I don't need to buy it a third time. It would be worth it. I would still love it, but it's too expensive, and I'm not going to do it at that price. Yes, but I bought it for Switch, and going through it, particularly after sort of enjoying 3 and how sort of expansive and creative that is. 2, I think, has great set pieces. There's a bit where like a whole room is filling up with sand, and you're kind of like climbing up with the sand. You've got to clear the ghost in a certain amount of time. Things like that. They're really brilliant. And the introduction of the dark light device, nearly forgot what it was called. Make really nice puzzle elements, and It looks great, and you do start to get more of that personality, and the introduction of not the introduction, but Polterpup becoming more of a companion.
Oh yeah,
it sets a lot of the groundwork, I think, for Luigi's Mansion 3. I don't remember taking on multiplayer on the 3DS as well. Did you guys tackle the Scarescraper or Scare Tower? Or
I think I might have done it once. Did it have online?
It did have online.
Apparently,
It did, yeah. I think I probably did try it once, but I played Luigi's Mansion 3's multiplayer a lot more
same.
than I did too.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so the main thrust of the game it's very simple. We didn't really talk about the plot in the first game. Luigi wins a mansion, which in a competition he didn't enter, and Egad has a. So I think he's gone there because the ghosts have been freed, and he's got like a machine to put them back in their portraits, right? But Mario's been put in a portrait, so he reverses it essentially. Yeah,
I think he's like a ghost researcher.
Yeah.
And King Boo freed all the ghosts.
Right, that's it. Yeah.
And so he's gone there to sort of try and get them back.
Yes.
But he can't do it, so he gets Luigi to do it. And Mario just happens to have also been kidnapped at some point. In all of this.
Why wouldn't he? And then the second game, like he's in Evershade Valley because there's a lot of ghost activity, so Egad's investigating. Yes, the dark moon that hangs in the sky there has been broken and scattered around these mansions, and the fact that it's broken is causing the ghosts to sort of, the once peaceful ghosts to go mad and attack. So you're sort of reconstructing that. I feel like this is the game, right, where it starts with him falling asleep in front of the telly and then basically getting sucked into the telly by Egad. You just think, like, that's so good. It's such a good start to a game. And, like, obviously then a nod to the Poltergeist film, a nod to a sort of classic horror film. So, yes, lots of really nice things and lots of very good bits of personality seeping in. But, like, I don't think anybody could argue really that the absolute pinnacle of the series is 3.
It is.
Yes.
I think 1's personality I do still like a lot in above 3 in areas, but 3 as a whole I do think is the best one. Yeah.
Like I think one has the better vibe, but 3 is like objectively the better game.
Oh, really? See, I really like, because I know what you mean about the vibe. I think 1 does a very good job. Weirdly, you've got that kind of that sort of Metroid style isolation of, like, it does feel like it's just kind of you against the world with the occasional kind of chiming in from Egad. But 3, I don't know. I think it just takes a sort of personality, and I find it so charming, lovely. All of the Mushroom Kingdom gang on a sort of bus, and like sunny skies, and like beautiful, it's like
so gorgeous.
Oranges and yellows and golden lights.
It's
so good,
game.
And you see the foyer to the hotel, and then you go to sleep, and you go back there, and you just think, oh no, something awful has happened.
It's funny too, because like it's disconnected like 2 is in a way. Like if you imagine that the lift just takes you to the other mansions, it's kind of like that. But I think they feel more like natural biomes, and they're just interesting. Like you go to the production one, and it just feels cool in a way that none of 2's mansions ever really did.
Yeah. It's entirely memorable. It's very clever how, because one of the complaints in the second game was that it probably should have been one big mansion, so that people felt like they were actually exploring stuff and not segregated into levels. And the hotel managed to get that idea across.
Yeah.
While also having the set pieces of each different biome that you went to and the individual ghosts that ran them. I think, just to address like the Luigi's Mansion 1 to 3 thing, I think the main difference is that Luigi's Mansion 1 is the only one of these 3 that really feels like it could be a quarter horror game.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yes, like you said, Luigi's Mansion 3 is charming.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's got all the bright colours and the fantastic animation for everything. Like, it's not scary. It's kind of like you enjoy watching it. Whereas the first game is actually like kind of
that could scar a child.
Yes, exactly.
I intend to find out. Yes, I could picture myself being sort of tucked up in a blanket playing one and sort of occasionally going, ooh. Although, I think that the stuff with King Boo's quite scary in 3 when there's that bit where he's chasing you through the hallway. Do you remember that? And it's sort of like
that's really cool. It's right at the start.
It's great, and he ends up going down the sort of trash chute.
King Boo in general is really good.
It's great.
And like we obviously talked about his relationship with Helen, how she quite likes him, and he's like clearly doesn't care because he just wants Luigi.
Yes. What did we say, John? Hitting booties? Did we say or not? He's thirsty for Luigi.
So they're like there's like so many like sections between the two of them, little cutscenes and stuff like that are actually quite charming and do a lot for the character in a way that I don't think Mario characters usually get outside of RPGs.
No, and I think that's something I really appreciate about it. The fact that there is a kind of main platform 3D Mario game that does that. You know, he's got the bit. I like that Polterpup's a sort of proper companion in this game. He's Luigi's dog now. You know, and he gets out his little book on the bed and then just completely collapses and goes to sleep. Everybody remembers the lift that was in the trailer, right, where he's sort of humming, and I think it's maybe playing a Striker's Charge song or something, and then the lift starts plummeting down.
One really charming thing I just remembered I always love at the start of the game is obviously before everything goes terrible, it's like everyone's happy and nice and they put on a buffet and Mario's like, yes. And then you all go to your rooms and then when you can explore you go to Mario's room and it's just filled with pizza boxes. So it's like you've been here for one evening, Mario, and you have 20 pizzas.
Good lad, Mario.
What is going on?
We all wish we could be Mario. So you know, it's packed full of this stuff, and like some of the horror references I mentioned. There's a bit where you go into the sewers, and there's just I haven't checked this out, but apparently there's like a red floating balloon in the sewer, which is obviously a reference to It. When you're in the cinema place, there's a girl that comes out of a well, obviously The Ring. There's a bit which has like a wall design and a floor design, like quite a famous scene from Twin Peaks. So there's, you know, lots of very cheeky references, but this is it again. I've just said the word cheeky, right? It's cheeky references as opposed to being like an actual kind of disturbing floating red balloon in a sewer. So I wonder if there was a sort of conscious shift about that, maybe to make it more accessible, because you know, ultimately the Mario Brothers are kind of family-friendly characters, so you're going to want kids to enjoy the game and maybe not be actually scared of what's happening in Luigi's Mansion. We touched on the multiplayer, so you've got the Scarescraper again. Great. I love this. I played this an absolute ton online, and you know, the classic, sometimes I got quite good at Scarescraper, and it was the sort of thing where you'd be paired with really bad people and you go, okay, I think I can get us out of this almost single-handedly. But I loved it. Did you guys play, because they dropped DLC later on with like the mini games?
I never picked the DLC up.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I picked the DLC up or not. I didn't play much of the non-Scarescraper multiplayer beforehand anyway, but I might have got the DLC, because we did a few Luigi's Mansion 3 streams on Source Gaming where we played multiplayer. So that's where I got a lot of my multiplayer time into.
Yeah, there's like Ghost Hunt, where you're obviously hunting ghosts in teams against each other. Cannon Barrage, where you load up cannons and fire them at targets. And Coin Floating, which I did a bit of. And you can also put Luigi in costumes, is in the back of my mind somewhere as well.
You can,
yeah. You can get like a night
pirate
one.
Yeah.
Pirate one.
So, like, lovely. I mean, I always think this is my issue with DLC as well, is that by the time it comes out, I'm often done with the game, and I don't necessarily sort of fancy dipping back in. So I feel like I missed out on that, but it was a shame because I loved 3. Are there any kind of... Weirdly, I think the set pieces in 2 are a bit more memorable, but that might just be because I've played it more recently. Are there any kind of set pieces that you remember from 3 kind of specifically? I talked about King Boo in the hallway, obviously.
A lot more than 2's. The cinema, the one where you take part in the film directors is probably the most standout one. It's super cool. I like the twist at the end that you can just ignore him if you want. You're not obligated to take
stomp
him.
around that big, miniature city. That's a really good part.
Yeah, the Godzilla one.
That's a good one.
I think the other one that's really memorable to me is just the sudden Egyptian pyramid. In the hotel.
There's also
just the one room. There's
that part in the garden area where you grow that giant plant, and it goes all the way up through, and you've got to like make your way around. That was a really good part.
Yeah, and like T-Rex
battle. Yeah.
Like you fight a T-Rex.
I literally don't remember fighting a T-Rex in that game.
You fight a skeleton T-Rex. You go to the museum.
I do.
Yes. And it's a big room where it's like
skeleton was a key part of that.
That's way more interesting.
Yeah. Slight difference. Yes, that's the thing though. I feel like it's so packed. We've all managed to kind of pluck ones from out of the air there because it is packed with moments like that, and the biomes do feel kind of, even the massive pyramid in the middle of nowhere. It feels sort of quite organic and fits in this world because it's sort of so rich and alive. And, you know, I love the sort of massive glass towers with all the plants going through them and sort of walking through all that grass to get there. The garage where you sort of meet Luigi, and you know the game does that thing of teaching you straight away what to do. Like, oh, he's trapped in a cage and walks through the bars. Great,
do you remember,
I know what he does.
Sucking up a saw on your vacuum cleaner and using it to like chop open like a bed or chop open wood.
Yes, God, so
I
good.
remember this. Yeah,
and like wood chips just flying about. It's very good. It's a very well constructed game, full of really good moments. And yes, it's less survival horror. It's just doing a Resident Evil. It's getting more into the action genre, just like Resident Evil did.
Yeah.
It correlates. It all makes sense. How do we feel about Luigi, our little green ectoplasmic friend?
I like Luigi. I'm disappointed he wasn't included in Mario Kart Tour mainly. So because he just seems like such an easy addition.
Yeah.
They like their colour swaps. Why have we not got
a green
Luigi?
gummy bear Luigi?
I'm very fond as well.
Yeah.
Like I played the whole game multiplayer with Luigi, and that was an absolute blast. But when
with
you
who?
With my wife.
I've been asked to play it together, and I'm going to say John's done it, so we're doing it.
She'll go, John did it? Well, no, we've got her.
Give me the damn Switch control. I'm going to show him up. Yes, because it looks so much fun to play in multiplayer. Though, what was the experience like? Because I've been dying to do that. So, like, how did you guys find playing the game together?
It's really good, and Luigi's good for like a less experienced player too, because it's a really forgiving character. Like if you die, you just sort of return to Luigi. And it's cool having like that split dynamic of puzzle solving, because when you're playing on your own, like you split Luigi and Luigi up. When you're like playing, you know, next to each other, it's like you're using one brain with two people, and like you gotta go around, do two things at once. It feels more dynamic than single player did.
Yeah. Did you say you were Luigi?
She was Luigi.
I was going to say, so you gave her all the hard stuff to do. You were just breezing along behind, basically immortal.
Honey, please carry me.
This is for the less experienced player. It'd be nice and easy. And I just sat back and let her do everything.
Just watch you suffer. Okay, that's great. Because I honestly, I've been saying to my wife for ages, you know, oh come on, you know, let's play a game together. I think you'll really like this. She just says I'm too bossy, which, you know, you two on a podcast with me, you'll probably agree. But I would like to give it a go. Speaking of that though, on our honeymoon we found the Luigi's Mansion arcade unit in an arcade in Japan as well. Wow. So we've got pictures of us with the big old Hoovers just going along and you know, busting ghosts, kind of Time Crisis style. Have you guys played it or not?
I haven't played it.
I have not only played it, I've completed it. I've played every level and seen the credits. Because there's one in Manchester that's just a free use.
Oh my god!
Free use Luigi's Mansion arcade cabinet.
Where?
So it's in a place. It's in Arcade Club up here. It's only not that far away from me.
I'm livid that Manchester seems to be the home of obscure games, and that I used to work up there quite a lot, and I didn't know this, and I'm annoyed. Okay, so what's the game like?
I went there with a friend, and it's a on rails shooter.
Well, it's an on rails sucker, right?
Like
you sort of,
on rails sucker. So it's based on Luigi's Mansion 2. It's made by Capcom. It's based on Luigi's Mansion 2, and you just go through each of the mansions like something like House of the Dead.
You aim the reticle,
and
right?
You've got to you have the big vacuum cleaners, and you've got to try and suck up the ghosts. Yeah. There's a torch, so you flash the torch. So you got to do it plays the same as Luigi's Mansion. You've got to flash the torch to make the heart show up, and then suck the ghost up. And there's hidden gold mice and stuff you can find around, coins you have to collect. Your points are based on how many ghosts you get, how much money you find. Obviously, if you die, you're meant to insert a coin, but because this is free use, so just press go again. And then once you get to the end, once you do all the levels, you then fight King Boo.
What's the King Boo fight like?
And there's a King Boo boss battle like. Kind of just like flies around in front, disappears, clones himself. Does I think he does like all of his attacks from Luigi's Mansion 2. But he's obviously just in front of you, like, most of the time. So, like, he'll appear and then disappear, and then, like, he won't fly behind you or anything like that. Like, he'll fly across the screen. I would really
like one of us to win the lottery, and there's just lots of gaming trips for the rest of us.
You know what? Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's win the lottery. Let's buy those tickets.
Between the three of us, we buy enough
let's all pull £10,000 into tickets, and one of us will win, right?
We'll just put on the Patreon page that all funds goes towards Lost
please fund our games, everyone.
Yeah, a lot of...
Also, the people out there, please stay. We're using the money for good things, for nice things. Yes, so there is an arcade game, like sadly not experienceable for anybody that lives outside of gaming heaven, aka Manchester. So we've said, the games were released quite far apart, really. There's big old gaps of sort of more than 5 years each time. It's just qualified to be talked about on our podcast because it came out in 2019, the most recent iteration. But I think it's sort of love for, I would say, to distill it, it's love for sort of giving Luigi his time in the spotlight and solidifying his personality, right, as like the sort of brave coward that he is, but also just giving sort of a new sort of life to, or a new angle on the Mushroom Kingdom, this kind of darker, stranger side, which is sort of full of mystery and kind of scary things, that people enjoy. I will say they talked about it. We've had a friend of the show, Logan Plant, who's the host of the MVC podcast over on IGN. They talked about Luigi's Mansion the other day, and they said what they might like to see when it came back. And one of them said setting it on a cruise ship, which I thought was a great idea. And
also something Resident Evil's done.
Right, exactly.
Yes, I was thinking that immediately.
Brilliant. Done. Pack it up. Let's go home. So I would have stolen that. So I'm just full disclosure, because I'm not going to steal that for my pitch. But yes, 3 games in the series plus an arcade game. But we're going to see what a new one might entail. Because John, you won the quiz, which means you are now the president of Nintendo. But we're the board, and we demand that you bring back Luigi's Mansion already. God, it's been so long. And you make it a great big success. So please tell us, how do you plan to do it?
All right. So I come up to the podium with my bar charts. These bar charts show constant growth. The original game, pretty good. Second game, multi-million seller. Third game, so like 15 million or something crazy like that.
Mad.
We love growth. Numbers going up. What we can't have is decline. If the 4th game goes down in numbers, I am going to throw my shoe at the panel. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna not stagnate. That is the plan for this game. All right. And you look back at the other 3 Luigi's Mansion games. If you were to make a 4th in that style, I think people would throw around the word stagnation. They would say this is the same thing again. And with 1, 2, and 3, we're able to make these games look really pretty, but because we're playing to such uniquely pinpointed camera angles, like they're all fixed. 3 is such a nice-looking game because everything is made to that perspective. If you were to move the camera around, you wouldn't afford that polygon count and everything else. So with 4, we are unlocking the camera. However, we're also changing the perspective. This is no longer a third-person game. Ooh. This is a first-person game. You're going to be roaming around this one big mansion in first person. You'll see Luigi's glove as your hand. You'll hear his little noises. Sometimes you'll hear his breathing. Basically, think... Yeah, that's how he breathes.
Can you give me some sound effects? Give me some sound effects straight right off the bat. Okay. So what's the breathing? How's the breathing going to be? Okay, and then I'm going to give you some scenarios. A gold mouse pops out. Okay. Giant baby. Yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah. Okay. Sold on that. Yep.
There you go. Yeah. So basically, we have Resident Evil 7 at this time. We are changing the perspective.
Yes.
However, there is a twist to this. You can't just change the perspective and say that's not stagnation. No, you can't do that. So we are actually going back and forth between 2 time periods. I said you play as Luigi. That's not entirely true. So here is the plot. Basically, Luigi's gone to visit his buddy Egad, and King Boo said, I'm going to cause problems on purpose again. And he comes along with this little gem he found, and he goes, Luigi, I'm sending you back to ancient Greece. So Luigi's been sent
to ancient Greece. Now you've got my attention.
How's that for non-stagnation? Is this the period that King Boo's
Everyone
from?
thinks
Like, why has he picked ancient Greece?
Which is the King Boo origin story. We're going to see him alive as like
just King Boo with his crown, like being fed grapes and stuff with a wreath on his massive round head.
Philosopher
Luigi's been sent back to ancient
Bucrates.
And he's in the same mansion, but it's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago,
and
yeah.
all
same mansion. So didn't realise the mansion was in Greece.
Greece's famous mansion builders.
New law for the series.
There's more pillars back in ancient Greece time than there is in modern day.
That makes sense. That's
But basically, lots of characters from Greek mythology are going to be in this mansion. So you'll be facing off against Medusa.
Nice.
You'll be facing off against Hercules. Basically, we are going to be going back and forth between two time periods. So Luigi is in ancient Greece mansion, going through, facing down all these ancient Greek creatures. It's much darker there. His torch doesn't work, because that's how torches work. You take them back in time, they won't turn on anymore. So he's got a fire torch rather than a regular one.
Yeah.
So he has to swing it at a boo to stun them and then suck them up. Whereas in the modern day...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah,
How does he suck them up? Because Hoovers didn't work in ancient Greece.
You're first person now.
Just comes into
No. This has got to be bellows. They had bellows back then, didn't they?
I'm going to say I'll bail John out. There are myths with bags of wind.
Done.
Bags
No, I
of
think
wind,
we've got to stick with.
etc.
It's
It's just the first person,
Yeah,
the ghost
just-
coming into
from
the
camera
screen
angle,
as
you
you
see
suck
his
them up.
lips puckering.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Anyway, that's only half of the game, though. You're going back and forth between two different mansions. Let's say there's Game A and Game B, and they tell two different sides of the same story, but you're not going back and forth between them. So you choose which game you want to start at the beginning. One of them is Luigi's perspective. The second one is Egad's perspective, and you play as Egad in the modern mansion, and you're sending things back to Luigi. So there's going to be one point where Luigi needs to find the chariot, which he's going to use to pierce his way into the room of Poseidon. So Egad's got to send that back to him. And so the main objective there is for Egad to send that back in time to Luigi. Egad himself cannot go back in time, but he can send objects. So you're going around trying to help Luigi, but there's also King Boo still in the modern era. He's still causing problems on purpose for Egad as well. And he can't send Egad back to ancient Greece because he's already used up the power of the gem.
That's illogical.
Yeah. Only one of them can do it.
That's the main objective, basically. Luigi's trying to get back home. Egad's trying to help Luigi get back home. It's all one big tangled web. How are you going to unravel it? You have to find out.
Oh right, okay, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, we'll have to find out the rest.
Okay,
of it.
all right, Josh, I'll let you open with any questions right off the bat.
All right, okay. So King Boo is in the modern day. So who you mentioned Medusa as one of the enemies, but is there a King Boo who's leading the past side of this?
It's a good
Luigi's who's trying to send all these monsters
question.
after
So
Luigi?
King Boo has manipulated everyone in ancient Greece. So when he sent Luigi back, he also did a little stare, which mind washed all of Greek mythology, and they've all found their way to the mansion. They're all going to get Luigi. So he doesn't want to kill him himself. He wants to send him back in time and make history kill him.
All right, so he's sent Luigi back, and he's mind washed the population of ancient Greece,
exactly,
or the Greek gods. Brings them to this mansion.
Yes.
I mean, is there anything about ancient Greece? Is there any revelatory tie? Or has he just picked it because he thought these are powerful mythological things that I can use to get Luigi? What's the thinking?
He just thought it'd be a cool setting. He just thought it'd be quite a nice change of pace. We've done mansions, we've done a hotel.
So we want to give Luigi a nice little holiday as well as sort of scaring the bejesus out.
We don't want to just do ghosts again all the time. We want to change it up a bit. Maybe a bit of an undead in there. You can have all kinds of new things. He thought it'd just be nice to for variety's sake.
So Egad's obviously sending him stuff back through time. Are there any other allies that Luigi has in the past? Like, instead of, like, it can't... I mean, it could all just be monsters, to be fair. Does he have any allies, though?
No allies.
Ancient Greek
no
time?
allies.
No.
Egad can sometimes call him on the phone
of.
through the power of time crystals that Egad is collecting.
Again, phones didn't exist then, John. This doesn't, like... You can't say the torch doesn't work, but then, like, the ooh...
Fair. He said it's through time crystals.
Okay.
To be fair, it's the time crystals.
Let's give John credit where it's due. The time crystals don't work on the torch.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But powering the phone...
It's a hologram. It's a hologram.
Logic.
It's a hologram. Egad appears.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get on board with the hologram. Do we have a name for, like, 'cause obviously we've got the Game Boo Horror, we've got the Dual Scream, we've got the Virtual Boo.
Yeah.
Are we going to have another sort of pun title for something?
Oh, of course we will. Yeah. We're going to have the 3DS, but it stands for 3-dimension... Oh, no. Which is a reference to Medusa, who has snakes in her head.
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
Slick. That was effortless,
Slick,
John.
nice. What else? So Egad's going through and sending stuff back in time to Luigi, but presumably he's also being attacked by King Boo and ghosts in the present. So what are these ghosts?
They are. They're a throwback to Luigi's Mansion 1. They're very similar kind of ghosts to them. And yeah, Egad's main objective is helping Luigi, but he's also got to fend off King Boo at the same time. So you're going through, you're finding things. Sometimes you send things back to Luigi, and that opens the path up even further for Egad. So Egad, it's not just like he's just aiding Luigi. He's on his own little adventure as well.
Okay, and does he? And he's got the poltergust. He's doing like ghost sucking.
Yep, he's not just going. He's eating them up. With a Hoover.
He's not got the lung capacity anymore. He smokes 40 a day. So we've got Luigi going back. He's going around this mansion. Sort of, there are classic ghosts there, but he's fighting the Greek gods. Egad is sending stuff back to him. What's the culmination? Like, so, you know, presumably you managed to pull Luigi back from ancient Greece.
Yes.
What's the... How does it end? You know, do you team up to fight King Boo? Is Luigi in here? You know, a sort of beloved character. Does he have a place within this kind of strange mixed up mythos? How do the characters weave into the sort of final narrative of the game?
Yeah. So Luigi is here because we want to have a co-op element back. Egad's got Gegad, and they all go around together, and in the
slip that one in.
Gegad.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be something with goo you can do, right? Like Egood.
Googad. I mean, surely just eat Googad.
Sounds like a baby trying to talk, though.
It sounds better than Gegad.
It's just, well, maybe the E for that one just stands, maybe it's also EGAD, but it just stands for ectoplasm gad.
Oh, maybe,
right?
maybe.
I mean, that's...
Yeah. But
that's logic.
Here's how it works, though.
Sure.
So in the climax of the game, the Guigis and the Gegads, they're taken away. And so if you're playing co-op, you're suddenly Luigi and Egad. And you've got to work together, using your own unique abilities, your mouth-sucking and your hoover-sucking, to take down King Boo. You can do this on your own, of course, much like you would with a regular Luigi. But yeah, they're going to work together. One thing I've not really emphasized, though, is that this is the same mansion in both playthroughs. It's just they've changed in time. So the layout is roughly the same. Yeah. However, time has changed things. There have been renovations. There were more pillars in ancient Greece. Things have been modernized a bit.
Staircases and things.
And the progression has changed as well.
Is it truly the same mansion? I'll introduce you to the ship of Theseus. If every pillar in the mansion has been swapped out.
But
is it truly
you're going to have a lot of
same
moments being like, oh, this is so familiar, I recognize this, but the puzzles are all different, and you're going to think that's so cool.
When you do both game and game B, does like a last story unlock? Is that how the final boss happens?
Yeah. Yes, at the end of game A, game A ends with Luigi getting back into modern era. Game B ends with Egad seemingly taking down King Boo, but that's not the end. Okay. And Luigi's final boss is Medusa.
Then there's a last story.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about Luigi sucking up ghosts with his lungs. A big part of the games is collecting treasure. Yeah. So is he also sucking in coins and gold bars? Will that kill him?
It won't kill him, but it will make him quite ill, I think. Yeah.
So we're fully accepting that he just sucks up gold bars, and that's fine. Yeah. How do you extract it from him? Maybe don't answer that. And what's it going to do in terms of like, because a big part of the game is, how much money did you get and what's your reward at the end? What's the reward at the end of this game?
So Egad is going to get like a really nice wife. So
Oh, good for him.
From ancient Greece? Does he pull somebody back from ancient Greece?
No,
or Back to the Future 3 style? Yeah.
Luigi's going to get a statue. So if you don't get much gold, you get like a really poorly made chisel statue. If you get like so much gold, it's going to be the most beautiful ripped Luigi, like a 10-pack, massive muscles.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
Michelangelo's Luigi.
Yeah, just mwah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so all right, so that's it. But that's it. The gold affects. Hang on, it affects the statue. Does it affect Egad's wife?
It does.
Is that like
Egad's wife?
how? What's the correlation between the wife and money? Is he buying a wife?
Have you heard of the term gold digger?
Yeah, that's right. If you
okay,
so basically, if you get a little bit of money, you get a nice wife. If you get a lot of money, you get several wives. Egad's just swimming in it.
Okay,
yeah,
brilliant.
Oh.
Again, I don't know what message this sends, John, but
first polygamous Mario character.
Breaking ground
we
is
go.
Egad. Final two questions then. I mean, is it? I can't imagine it being developed by anybody but Next Level Games. But is it anybody else? And what's it called?
It's Next Level Games, and we took them on a vacation, a holiday to Greece for research.
Nice.
And it's called Luigi's Mansion 4. Ancient Greece.
That's it. That's the title. I can't help but feel like you've half-assed that title, John, but that's fine. Luigi's Mansion 4, Ancient Greece.
Well, people are going to see it on the store shelves and be like, "What a strange title! I've got to purchase this."
Yeah. No, fair. You cannot argue that is not stale in terms of the Luigi's Mansion arc of games. Josh, you are now the president of Nintendo, but we're still the board, and we still demand that you bring back Luigi's Mansion. So please tell us, how do you plan to do it?
So over the years, we've driven Luigi's Mansion up from being just a spin-off of Mario to being its own sub-series in of itself. And just like Wario, just like Donkey Kong, just like Yoshi, we're building up Luigi's Mansion. It's the next big one. And to really solidify its place as a proper series, what we need is not a sequel. Forget about that.
Forget about that.
What we need is a spin-off. We need to show that Luigi's Mansion can be more than just Luigi on his own in a mansion. So, in this spin-off, we are going to introduce not just Luigi, but we're also going to have Mario. We're going to have Princess Peach. We're going to have Princess Daisy. And they're going to be entering this mystery mansion. You don't know what it's like. You walk in, you've got the foyer. It's this sort of big square, and between the four of them, they have to explore this mansion because they know King Boo is somewhere about there. He's causing all kinds of mischief in this mansion. But so you go through the left, and you've got it's the dining room, big long table. You go through the right door. It's like the ballroom where everyone's dancing. All these ghosts are dancing. You go up the stairs. It's the bedrooms, etc. All the typical mansion stuff. But then, once you've gone through, and say you leave the mansion, you re-enter, you're back in the foyer, but this time when you go left, that's not the dining room anymore. That's a bathroom now. You go right, this is no longer the ballroom. This is like, the floor is falling apart. Something's gone terribly wrong in this room. The thing with Luigi's Mystery Mansion is that every time you enter it, it changes the layout. Everything changes, because this isn't just a typical exploring mission thing. We've taken Luigi and friends and we've made it into a cooperative roguelike.
Ooh, okay.
Where you will be exploring the mansion either solo or preferably with 4 people. And you'll be going through this mansion, trying to get as much gold as you can, and also trying to capture as many boos and as many portrait ghosts as you can. But every time you enter, you don't know what the shape of the mansion is going to look like. And there's only a limited amount of time and you can explore this mansion. Like, because we want to emphasize the multi-character use, you're going to be, if you're on your own, you're going to be able to swap between them, right? So if you're doing single player, you'll be able to swap between them. So the way we're going to incentivize this is that every character has like a limited amount of, let's call it stamina, that they can go through. So like Luigi can enter through into a new room and explore that room, but then he can't explore to the next room until Daisy goes and explores a different room. And so like every time you discover a new room, Luigi can interact with that room, and maybe there's a boo inside of that room or treasure inside of that room. Maybe he'll find a toad that needs rescuing. Or maybe he'll find a Polterpup shop where you can get some supplies. Egad has sent Polterpup into the mansion to make a bit of money for him by selling stuff to Luigi and friends that way. And so you have to explore each room as you go, but you don't know what those rooms are going to be like. And so you have to work through each character. And if you're doing this cooperatively, then everyone can sort of move about themselves. And of course, Daisy can follow Luigi and go into his room. And then Daisy would have the ability to go into the next room.
Yes.
If she wanted to.
Okay.
Like, she's got that choice. But once you've unlocked a new room, then it sort of stops. Like, that's the end of, I guess, their turn, right? We'll put it. And you explore the mansion. You just try and see how many, how far you can go. But events will happen. So there are a set amount of portrait ghosts. And once you've gotten the 4 portrait ghosts, once you've found them all, that will kick off like the next level of the rogue-like experience, where King Boo himself will appear and cause all kinds of random mischief events to happen. And these can escalate. These can shuffle all the rooms around so that you get lost. He can summon an army of boos to chase you down, and you have to try and escape. He can possess Mario, and then Mario has to try and take down Luigi and co, and they've got to try and heal him. Right. Like, all manner of things can happen. Or he'll just get into a giant Bowser suit, and then you have to find King Boo.
So, basically...
So the events that takes place are also very
It's basically a massive game of hide and seek in an ever-changing mansion with these 4. Do they all have poltergeists?
Yeah.
Do they all have, like, different skills?
They all have poltergeists, they all have torches, but obviously you can find power-ups, and being a roguelike, the power-ups you find are dependent on each character and where they come across in the mansion, what they actually stumble across, unless you can spend gold to buy from Egad or buy from Polterpup to get power-ups that way. And then you can use these torches, so if you have like the Darklight torch, for example, maybe you could go back to a previous room and search with the Darklight, and maybe there's something there that you didn't find before. Like, maybe there's a hidden door or a treasure chest or something that was invisible this whole time. And that opens up a new pathway. Maybe that's something we haven't actually talked about in this podcast at all, of the different power-ups that Poltergeist has in different games. Like the ability to shoot fire out and freeze stuff. So maybe... Yeah, the plunger. So maybe like you can get the fire ability, and then there are doors that are blocked by vines that you can break down. And they will lead to... Stuff like that might lead to set rooms, so you can go outside and stuff, and we'll have some, like... If you see a door with vines in it, you'll know that there's some sort of garden, grass-type biome behind there, or a door that's frozen, you know it's going to be some sort of ice-related room back there, and that can steer the player in specific directions if they want specific types of treasure.
Okay. I think this is a good idea, because clearly Luigi's Mansion multiplayer is popular. People played it for a long time. We had DLC for it, so it's clearly a big focus. How much do you think people value just focusing on this kind of thing? Because I think the multiplayer worked so well because it was a side mode. If you're not selling a core campaign alongside it, is this a full retail product? Like, how do you envision this?
So I think we won't sell it as a, because variable pricing. New favorite word from Nintendo. So this won't be like a $70 game. This is going to be more like a $50
Nothing should be a $70 game.
Like a WarioWare tier price of a game. There is a single player mode. There's going to be the Infinite Mansion type deal where you're trying to get through and do all the events, and there'll be set mansions where like the event that King Boo will set off is very specific. And so you will sort of lead the players through each mansion, and you'll get to experience it all, and it'll build up to King Boo boss battle as like the final of 50 missions. But then the multiplayer is like the aspect I just sort of described, like the game, but in like a free mode almost, where like you don't know what the random event is going to be, you don't know what you're going to find, and there's a bit of element of both co-op and competitiveness in that game. Like you're working together to open up the mansion, but you're also trying to get as many coins yourself as possible. But then, like, depending on the random event that takes place, maybe you'll all need to work together to defeat King Boo. And so obviously if like everyone loses, then it's game over and it's harder for you the less people there are. So you might want to actually keep people alive in order to actually finish the game, or keep people from getting put into a painting, because you're not killing anyone here. You can't do that to the Mario characters.
Could you murder them? So, I don't think you could murder them. I don't think we get away with murdering them.
I think Miyamoto murdered me if I attempted to murder Mario. So I don't think that. I don't think we knew
so
that.
You're finding treasures as like the sort of co-op, like the classic sort of Four Swords thing, right? Of hey, everybody help each other out, but also get the bits of Triforce for yourself.
Yeah. It's a very, very Four Swords style multiplayer,
and it culminates in that King Boo battle. If you clear enough floors or clear enough space with the people. What's the, apart from sort of the personal glory, what's the prize for collecting the most treasure?
I mean, in the multiplayer, it's just the personal glory. But like obviously you want to have treasure in game in order to buy stuff from Polterpup, whether it's more health or power ups and stuff. And so there's a risk reward thing there where you can get stronger, buy more stuff, but you will have a lower score at the end. So if you are doing it competitively, your friend
might hoard a bunch of
didn't
cash.
buy anything and survived off pure skill alone.
Nice.
Can we use game chat to impose your own face onto Luigi's face or Mario's face? Okay.
Of course we can use game chat. We've asked Ubisoft for that same technology they used for Zombie U.
Yes.
And we're going to use it here.
I bet that holds up really well.
And in fact, we're going to take it one step further. If you've got a game chat with more than 4 people in a 4-player game, the other participants, the audience members, their faces will be on the boos.
There we go.
So you'll find a boo, and it'll be your friend's face who's not playing. He's off playing Mario Kart, but he's game chatting with you because he's got no one else to talk to. And his face will be on the
Mario character. Is it then okay to be murdered? Because it's not technically them. It's you dressed up as them.
Ooh.
I was doing my hand really like a claw, and my map just shot balloons up into the air, and I don't. What is this? I suppose maybe that. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. That's how much I want. I want this in the game. Doing the classic Mario peace sign, throwing up some balloons. Can we kill people? Peace. Yes. Can you kill people with your face?
No, we will not be killing people. They will be painted. If you get painted when it's your face, then it's just a picture of your face as the painting.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice workaround. Is it Next Level Games? I assume it's Next Level Games. Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course, Next Level Games. We're getting all the best people working on this. They're going to take their experience from Federation Force. We're going to use it in this game.
Out of the park with that one.
They've got that multiplayer co-op.
Any final questions for this pitch, John? It's a very different take on Luigi's
It is.
Leaning into the multiplayer.
Josh has described it very well, though. It's hard to find many gaps. No ancient Greece?
Yeah.
Oh.
No ancient Greece.
No ancient. Maybe we'll have an ancient Greece room.
Please, all the fans, all the people that are clamouring for the ancient Greece, the aspect of it. Okay, and it's called Luigi's Mystery Mansion. Luigi's Mystery Mansion.
Of course, Luigi's Mystery Mansion.
Nice. Two different takes on the series. I'm going to throw in my third pitch now. John mentioned about stagnation. I don't care because I want it to stagnate. I love the games. So I'm just making Luigi's Mansion 4. I want to expand. I think they make great characters and a great universe. So I want to expand that. I'm introducing some new characters and new mechanics.
Kevin.
So
Kevin. He's
Kevin.
Kevin is in the game.
Yes. Did we mention somebody called Kevin? Am I forgetting something? Who's Kevin?
There's Bill.
Oh, just Kevin. Oh, you're literally just saying a name. Yes, Kevin's in the game. Kevin Boo. No, you get a sort of distress call from Princess Evershade, who there's a new kingdom we're going to. So she's in her castle. So we have not a hotel to explore this time. A great big whopping castle to explore. So Princess Evershade is there. She brought up, she purchased some paintings in an auction to decorate her castle with, and they've run amok. So yeah, things are going all over the place, and you've got this new mechanic where your Hoover can spray out ectoplasm, which then hardens and to form like mechanical things. John, stop it. There's nothing wrong with that sentence. So there's like an old broken down train, and trains have those weird, I wish I knew what they were called, on the wheels. They have those like zigzaggy bars. Do you know what I'm talking about? That
I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
So like, you know.
Yeah,
you can spray on the zigzaggies of the train zigzaggies, I think is the technical term. You can spray on the spray on the train zigzaggies, and then that works, and then that takes you up to like a different part of the kingdom. So you've got these kind of areas that you can go off and explore, and you know, when you're on the train, obviously the train is haunted, and you've got, you know, going through tunnels and booze popping up and all that kind of stuff. So lots of atmospheric stuff. And the people there are going to sleep, and as they go to sleep, they turn into statues. So you're sort of basically trying to undo the curse here and break these characters free from their statues. There's a new enemy called Luigi. There's probably a Boo called Luigi in the games, but we've forgotten about that Boo. This is an ectoplasm, like Luigi, but evil. And he can cover you in ectoplasm from his poltergust. And if that solidifies around you, Luigi turns into a statue, and that's like instant game over. So Luigi is terrifying when he turns up.
So is Luigi like a nemesis kind of character? Like he just stalks you through the mansion? Yeah. Turns up, kind of like those, you know, sometimes, and he'll turn up and do different things. You know, I think it's, is it in Galaxy 2 or is it in Odyssey or Treasure Tracker, where you get those ones that follow your route?
Yeah.
It's Galaxy 2, isn't it? Yeah. So you get the ones that like follow your route completely around puzzles. So he'll pop up in like freaky ways around there. But, you know, maybe he'll be walking one way, but his head will turn around and look the other way. Just like be really freaky. And then, yeah, you'll be like locked in a room with him, and you have to find a way to kind of beat him while he's trying to spray you with this stuff. So he's like a recurring villain, like this sort of Bowser Jr. style version from Sunshine, right? But slightly inverted. So, and as you keep going through, enemies from Super Mario Brothers 2 pop up. Oh, there's a shy guy, a sort of ghostly shy guy. That's weird. A ghostly Sniffit. And, you know, like a mask that follows you when you pick up a key. And, you know, you sort of start putting it together and you go, oh, these people are falling asleep. And it's because King Boo has teamed up with Wart. Wart is back.
There he is.
And he's teamed up with King Boo to lull people into sleep and turn them into statues so they can rule over a peaceful kingdom together. But you don't find King Boo until you sort of start releasing people from these statues. And Princess Evershade seems to be very calm in her throne room despite all this chaos going on. And it's because, of course, it's King Boo in disguise. So you go to speak to Princess Evershade and her eyes change purple and her crown turns into the gem. Really, like, scary. But you beat King Boo, you topple Wart. Wart's possibly Helen in disguise. I haven't decided that yet. And Princess Evershade really does exist. She is a new princess for the kingdom. You've saved her kingdom. She makes, you know, she builds you a nice Luigi statue outside. I'm stealing the big statue idea. However much money you get contributes to the funds of the Luigi statue outside this castle. Yeah, that's it. I just want I like another game which gives you an even bigger sort of area to explore. Maybe there's cheeky nods to Mario 64. You know, you can go inside some of the paintings in the castle. Lots of cool set pieces. I want Luigi to have a new princess. And I want Wart to come back because I love Wart. We are running low on time, but I've got time for a few questions from the board about Luigi's Mansion 4.
Real Daisy slander going on just there.
I know, but I didn't.
We're going to retire Daisy.
I just can't.
We're going to bring in a new princess.
I did initially write it as Daisy, but I thought I can't put Daisy as a princess in distress because she's just not. Yeah. She would just go and kick and sort it out herself.
Yeah. So is King Boo wearing the super crown? Is that
Oh
going to be the visual
we
get?
can't do that. No. There's like if you're playing the game, it's a princess wearing like a black dress with like sort of very porcelain skin and a pink crown. You know what's going to happen, but the reveal should still be quite freaky. And obviously Luigi knows because he's Luigi. So quite. And then Princess Evershade herself. I was trying to think about colours that haven't been used in the Mario Kingdom. They've all been used. You've got
Are we leaning into a haunted house? Is the kingdom itself
nightmarish?
To be spooky?
Yeah. It's overrun with ghosts, but it's the fact that you're going out to like these kind of villages almost outside of the castle to sort of free them from the statue curse. But Princess Evershade is trying to not let you do that because obviously she doesn't want that. She's just saying like, get rid of the ghosts in here. But there's got to be some sort of like subterfuge going on where she's actually, she wants you to stockpile the ghosts so that she can then release them to fight you in one go or something in one place to kind of overthrow you. It's all part of a plan which Luigi doesn't see. But actually, as he kind of releases the curse on these villages, maybe they come to help him later on or something in the sort of build them on. It's kind of building up this climactic story with Luigi kind of, as usual, oblivious in the centre of it.
So the villagers are going to help Luigi in the end.
So
you have characters. We've got Kevin. Will there be someone like...
We've got Kevin.
We've got Tony. He says, Luigi. We're going to have to take this guy out, Luigi.
Come on. Yeah, but he's a toad. He's a toad with a strong sort of Bronx accent.
We're going to have to whack this guy, Luigi.
Can you imagine just picture Toad just being like, we're gonna mess him up. Yeah, I like it. Kevin and Tony, just Kevin and Tony, the two toads that are inhabiting these villages. But each village has their own Kevin and Tony, but always called Kevin and Tony. Multiple Kevin and Tony. They're just different colours. Like you've got five Tonys and seven Kevins.
Hey, Luigi. Thanks for the save.
Yeah. You met my cousin Tony. It's me, Tony.
So good. Yeah, you got the five Tonys and seven Kevins that help you at the end. Yeah.
So I want a clarifying question actually. So why is King Boo? If King Boo is the princess in disguise, why is she sending Luigi to deal with ghosts?
No, she's setting an elaborate trap. So the ghost, because her power has waned slightly from all these battles with Luigi, so she's managed to release the ghost, but King Boo's finding that he doesn't have much control over the ghosts. So he wants Luigi to, capture all the ghosts, but actually it's to bring them all to one place to then form like this great big ghost to finally overthrow Luigi. Kind of like a Power Rangers style deal where maybe King Boo's the head and there's like a big green ghost arm and like a yellow ghost leg and like a big... Yeah, like
fusion.
A whacking great big multifaceted ghost that you have to somehow break apart and fight.
What if all the Tonys form into one big Tony and they go, forget about it.
A neck toad, a little toad neck.
That's how the fight goes. Tonys and Kevins come together.
Basically, like
Luigi's
the Ginginator, but from Banjo-Kazooie, but Toad style. So yeah, you've got a big Toad mech at the end to fight the big boot. I can't think of like a good name for a giant boo boss. And you've got the Toad mech piloted by the five Tonys and seven Kevins, and maybe Luigi is the pilot in the middle at the end of it. I don't know. I quite
maybe
like
Luigi's
the idea of
doing
just
something.
a mad showdown like that. You see something.
Luigi's just standing there like, wow.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Just sitting there watching them fight, like, oh, okay, yeah, fine, yeah, go for it, cool. Yes, but then after you defeat Boo, yes, you do release Princess Evershade, who's going to make a graceful debut into the Mario universe and be a new beloved a character in a new beloved Mario princess character.
All the Daisy fans will hate her.
Solidly hate her, unless Mm-hmm. No, it's a family-friendly podcast. I can't say that. Any final questions?
My question is, what were you going to say?
No. Once we wrap up the podcast, I will enlighten you. Also developed by Next Level Games Mind. So that is 3 ways that you could bring back the Luigi's Mansion series of games. But do you like John's capitalism-inspired first-person Luigi's Mansion 4 Ancient Greece. Roaming around a new, fully 3D mansion across 2 time periods, but this time in first person, you have modern day and ancient Greece to take on King Boo and the Greek gods. Play as both Luigi and Egad, with the latter sending items back in time to retrieve Luigi and reunite them to take on King Boo once and for all. This title is developed by Next Level Games. Or do you like Josh's Luigi's Mystery Mansion? A spin-off from the main series featuring Luigi, Mario, Peach and Daisy in pursuit of King Boo in a cooperative roguelike. Built for multiplayer, this sees an ever-changing mansion as you battle the clock to capture as many ghosts as possible, clear objectives, and use money to buy power-ups and skills with a risk-reward system of who's going to come out on top with the most cash at the end. Also developed by Next Level Games. Or do you like George's Luigi's Mansion 4? A new entry sticking close to the series mechanics, but with a whole new cast of characters and kingdom to save. Introducing a new princess to the Mario universe, an evil clone Booigi, alongside recurring villains King Boo and Wart. And of course, also developed by Next Level Games. Or do you have a better idea yourself? Let us know in the comments below. While you're there, please do like and subscribe. It will help us to grow. You can find us all over in Blue Sky. I'll put the links on the description. And join our Patreon, where we will soon be hosting our holiday Smash Brothers live episode spectacular. So please do join us for that. I will post up the dates, and you can also get updates on our Wee Boys podcast and the occasional blooper too when we mess up, which is all the time. John, Josh, thank you very much for being here today. Do you have a hankering to return to Luigi's Mansion after this chat?
Oh, you know it.
Or are there just too many games to play?
I do.
There's too many games.
Yeah, there are. If there weren't so many games to play, I would actually be
Chuck
tempted to
Luigi's
play
Mansion
the
to the
original
mix.
game.
Whenever they announce
It is an
4,
evening
I'll be
one,
on their
isn't it?
Twitter
Like-
being like, "Hey, where's Tony? Where's?"
We're still.
Yeah.
I only count 6 Kevins, Nintendo. What's happening here? I don't know how I feel about the Tonys and Kevins.
It wasn't part of his.
thank you.
We've already shoehorned it into your
It
thing.
was. It's just been ransacked by these two. Well, thank you for coming on and chatting Luigi's Mansion. Thank you very much to you for listening. But for now, that's game over. Goodbye.